So back in my day, the Terrorblade was pretty much the holy grail of weapons in Terraria. Crafting that bad boy truly felt like the culmination of your journey. And of course, later down the line, this was replaced with the Zenith, which actually uses the Terrorblade in the crafting recipe. So it feels like we're at a point in Terraria where we truly do have the strongest weapon on the table. For example, let's take Golem, you know, he's a big, strong boy, and to the Zenith, he falls very quickly. Would you look at that? But the thing is, modern Terraria introduces the idea of weapons going beyond this. And you know, they start kind of tame. For example, we have the More Zenith Weapons mod, which as the name suggests, adds a Zenith level weapon for every single class in the entire game. Like, you know, I've got the scythe here with all the scythes you can get in vanilla. You got a little short sword here. I don't know why you'd use this short sword. This is, this looks really weird. Or I guess if you're really, really into boomerangs, you have this Zenith boomerang. This doesn't seem that good though. You might as well use a different Zenith weapon. Of course, there's a Zenith staff for all the mages of the world out there. And this yo-yo, which is almost, oh no, there you go. 100,000 damage per second with this yo-yo. Again, with the golem example. Yo, I wasn't expecting that. Hold on, let me get a couple of them down. What? Sure. But you know, as you can see there are certainly levels to this. I think some of the more prevalent examples come from the Calamity mod. I mean, really, who could forget Triactis True Paladinian Mage Hammer of Might? It's a classic. Like, yeah, this is an amazing endgame weapon. I know it got nerfed. This was much stronger in the past, I believe. But regardless, this is still visually glorious with so much damage to boot. Calamity also has similar weapons for the other classes, like Eternity for Mage, which locks your opponent in place, doing 60,000 damage, 100,000 damage per second. And the Universe Splitter, which I mean, I don't know. Let me just show y'all. It sends down these giant beams from the sky, which already are doing over 100,000 damage per second. The thing is though, these are easily a low tier. And I know you might be thinking, Woot 7, that's obscene. How is this low tier? Well, the weapons we're going to be looking at today eclipse these with ease. And again, some of these are just ridiculous. Like, let me pull out this Ultima Thule from the Stars Above mod. I'm not even attacking. I'm just holding it in my hotbar, and it's already going to town on this super dummy. This is doing easily over 20,000 DPS. This is doing more than the Zenith. And I haven't even attacked yet. So the thing with this is that when you attack, you throw down planets. Dude, the amount of projectiles is just stupid. So I guess if the Zenith isn't enough for you, you could always just throw Mars at them or Jupiter. Are these the planets in our solar system? These kind of just look like big, colorful balls. So big and round. But it doesn't stop there, because if you look at the page of this item, it's a little bit ridiculous. I'm definitely not reading this. It's a little too much. But the most important part is this little text here that says right-click to activate Cosmic Conception. Very, very interesting. I wonder what will occur if I click this button. Just real quick. Okay, let's hit a right-click real fast. So I've turned into a black hole or something akin to that. It seems like I'm invulnerable. And there you have it. Moonlord's almost dead. You know, just give him a little 1-2 slap with the planets, and he's gone. And he's gone. And that's it. Like, where did my super dummy go? It just got vaporized. Oh my. Wait, what happens if I do this? So I'm just equipping and unequipping this, and the damage keeps going up. Yo, this is unwatchable. I'm getting sick looking at this. This gets even more insane when you start using the Penetrator from Fargo's Souls mod. It's definitely one of the names of all time, and definitely one of the weapons of all time. I don't know. There's something just comically ridiculous about this. But I guess calling it ridiculous isn't exactly unfair to say when this mod has the Soul of Eternity. It's technically an accessory, but it's surely worth showing off just from how insane the crafting tree is. You get defense, insane movement speed, you get healing, a bunch of damage being sent out, all just by having it equipped. It's not exactly a weapon, but it's probably the best accessory of all time. Anyway, back to the Penetrator. The beautiful part about this thing is that it isn't just a giant sword. You could also turn it into a giant death beam for some reason. If you hold up, you could do this, which is just obscene. I'm not sure how this would help you out as a weapon. It makes everything on the screen completely unreadable. If I hold down, it does this. And I mean, what situation are you going to be using this in genuinely? What boss could possibly be pushing you to use this? If I hold left click and up, you get these really nice tracking shots, I guess, if you're really lazy. And if you hold down, I'm not sure what this is. I'm digging in the ground. You're digging in me. Oh, I just got it. It's a ground pound. Okay. I just found that if you hold up and down at the same time and click, this happens? This is so broken. Let me see what happens if I right click. What? Okay, so just it goes through walls. Yo, I'm sorry if anyone was watching this in bed right now. This is bright as hell. But you might be thinking at this point, right? Woot 7, surely the weapons cannot get more obscene than this. This is stupid. This is gonna crash my 2005 ThinkPad laptop. And yeah, you're right, probably. I don't know. But I'm fine. I'm playing on that NASA PC, dude. I'm playing from Mars right now. In fact, we're gonna move on to tier 2 of these items. So I have 2 items for this little tier 2 spot. The first one is very famous, but not in Terraria. This is the Infinity Gauntlet. It's from the Thorium mod. I'd say this is more of a gimmicky item because it's either the best or worst weapon ever if you really think about it. You get a 50% chance to insta-kill all enemies in the world once you snap your fingers with this bad boy. But you also have a 50% chance to insta-kill yourself on use. So imagine you're playing through the Calamity mod, you're like, wow, the Devour of Gods is too hard for me. You pull out the Infinity Gauntlet and bam! It's gone. It's dead. That's it. Yeah, look at that. Second phase completely skipped. He's just dead. He's just gone. That's GG's. That's wraps. All it took was one click on my mouse. One singular click, and the Devour of Gods is gone. You don't have to move around. You don't have to think. You just click. But then, of course, on the same token, if you get unlucky, yeah. But you know, as long as you're not doing a hardcore run, it doesn't really matter, does it? Now, moving on, we have a very, very famous weapon from the Infernum mod, which is just brain dead. It's called Kevin. I wouldn't be able to tell you why. I know it stands for something. And this is what this bad boy does. You know, just doing a cool 400,000 DPS. I mean, yeah, the range is pretty good too. I'm clicking up here and it's locking on down there. I crafted this after I beat Infernum for the first time, and after playing through such a masochistic mod, it's a perfect way to vent out your frustrations. Like, hold on. This is stupid. This boss has several phases. He revives, and yet it doesn't matter because his power is just almost second to none. Like, we're just making Calamity boss KFC right now. I don't know. I especially really like the tracking. I like that I don't really have to think. I can just turn my brain off and watch the boss disappear in front of me. And now I get rewarded with a bunch of chicken nuggets. Yeah, perfect. The thing is, though, I did say that Kevin was second to something. And that thing is kind of niche. But before that, because I forgot to ask at the start of the video, if you could like and subscribe if you're enjoying, it would mean the world. Anyway, this is an item called the Hyperplane Matrix, which effectively just opens up an admin panel. Like, look, you can turn on immortality. You know, I mean, you could skip time. Like, this is just stupid. But of course, we're talking about weaponry today, right? So this little lightning option kind of does that for us by atomizing every single hostile NPC. You know, just one click, and Golem's gone. That's it. GG's. Again, we can pull Calamitous out. You know, we open the box in front of her, we click the button, and that's it. GG. GG. And this is in the game. The developers really sat down and they're like, yeah, we're adding this. We're adding the kill button, bro. The Minecraft kill at everyone button. However, moving on to tier 1, we have 2 items which I genuinely believe are the goats of modded Terraria. So first of all, we have the Emptiness Sprayer, which conveniently enough works on NPCs as well as enemies. So let's just try it on Calamitous. Yeah, she's gone. So I guess the gimmick with this item is that it just deletes everything it touches. I feel kind of bad for putting him through this, but like, let's just try it on Golem, right? Just for the one time, all right? He's gone. This is obviously the most convenient weapon to use thus far, but the main downside is that you don't get any drops from killing things. Like, that was like 40 golems, man. That was a whole bloodline. And sure, you can wipe them out, but you're not exactly getting any gear for it. I guess if you're a sick individual with a cruel, ruthless heart, only challenging these bosses to rid them from their mortal coil, then this is the weapon for you. No, it doesn't work on these eyes, though. I guess these eyes are the true super boss of Terraria. Speaking of super bosses, though, for example, here's the final boss of the Fargo's mod against it. You know, he's just gone. He's just gone. You know, against Calamitous, it's just instantaneous, it's on site. But the weirdest interaction this thing has is actually from the mod it hails from. Weird ass Emptiness Sprayer thing, right? There's so much text on my screen, bro. I don't usually play with this many mods. Oh, this is pretty. Top 10 most beautiful Terraria mods. Okay, it's this part, right? Oh, here we are. Yep. Scary as Terraria boss, man. The only enemy that this weapon cannot harm is the nameless deity from Wrath of the Gods. Like, look at that. What a cool boss, bro. Terraria mods are so beautiful. I'm all pixelized. But if I click on him, yo, was it meant to do that? I thought my game crashed or something. Okay. I thought it just killed you. It just straight kicked me out the game. But that is the other downside of using the Emptiness Sprayer is that you can't kill the nameless deity with it. But I have found one item, one sword, in fact, that stands above all the rest. Even the most ridiculous, insta-killing items do not hold a candle to this thing because it's a guaranteed kill every time and you get drops. I'm, of course, talking about the ultimate infinite star, which I guess I'll just try out on this super dummy real fast. Yeah, so our damage is in the millions. In what situation are you using this? Genuinely, what boss needs millions of damage dealt in seconds? That's only the start of it, by the way. You can right-click to throw it out and create this insane black hole. Oh, and I guess you can teleport to the black hole? You can. Okay, so this is a Rod of Discord. A Rod of Harmony, even. Of course, let's bring back our old mate just to see what happens here, okay? One little click, and yeah, he's gone. You know, bring out the Moonlord, and he's gone. Yep, let's go visit the Nameless Deity again, because there is one final ability this thing has. The most ridiculous ability this thing has is its one-shot kill ability. Now, if I hold down Q on the keyboard, that's it. That's the entire fight. That's it. It's done. It's over. I get all the drops. I accidentally summon the boss again a second time. Sure, but does it even matter? Does it even matter? I mean, I wasn't trying to summon you, but I mean, if you insist on a rematch, dude, if you absolutely insist, you swing, hold down Q, and that's it. That's the game. So let's reframe this, all right? Let's just bring the Zenith back. That damage is pitiful. We can hardly see it going down. This is nothing. But again, you pull out the goddamn Rubik's Cube, you pull out the Cube of Death, and that's it. That's wraps. That's genuine. That's it. You get 53 platinum and a bunch of other stuff too. Like, I don't know why you'd actually need to use any of these items. Like this ultimate infinite star thing. I don't know. It just feels mean. I just feel like a jerk using it, but it's so much fun. I do want to see one final thing. Okay, let's switch to Infernum. And I just want to see what happens against the Exomex. And, hey, when you look at that, the defense actually gives him a fighting chance. Oh, well, not really. Not really. Oh, okay. Never mind. I mean, they're still on the screen, though. Hold on. Let me just hold down Q. Done. There you are. I mean, I guess if you want to give them a chance, you can just not press Q on the keyboard. But other than that, it's just wraps. Anyway, if you want to see me do a video where I do the strongest armor or strongest bombs or something, let me know. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.